Hello friends, and welcome back to our homestead. I have been receiving questions from my subscribers and local friends asking what do we use to fertilize the soil on our property? And the simple answer is we do not use any synthetics. Many years ago, my husband and I made a decision that we're not going to be using anything that comes from a bag that says 10, 10, 10 or whatever, that has herbicides and pesticides. We do not use them. We don't mind having dandelions and clover on our grass. As a matter of fact, we welcome it. We want it because then we're going to see all these beautiful bumblebees and honeybees pollinating, buzzing around. We love it, and that's what we do. Also, because we allow our chickens, and they're right behind me right now, free range, we also do not use any harmful chemicals on our property. So what do we use? Well, obviously we go for the compost, and we have big piles of animal manure and chicken scraps and all of the weeds that have been pulled out of my garden. Everything goes into that big massive messy pile that it does its breakdown, and the following year I use it to fertilize my vegetable beds, my herbal beds, my flower beds. That's what we use to fertilize our vegetables and growing soils. However, what about the lawn? How about the property alone where we live? And we have a big property, and we have lots of lawn space in the front of the house, behind the house, sides of the house, you name it. So what do? Well, we do use one thing that we purchase from the big box stores, like garden centers or whatever. We use lime, and this particular lime, we're not sponsored by them, but I just wanted to say that we do use this lime, pelletized lime, because lime is actually a natural substance that can fix the acidity of the soil. So let me explain. We live in the woods. Our property is very woodsy. So when the air is circulating, it's mainly at top of the trees. So there's less circulation of the air. There's a little bit less of the sun on our property. Also, our property is very sandy. If anyone knows where I live, you know I live in very rocky, hilly, very sandy soils. So our soil is very acidic. How do I know that? It's because when I get lower to the ground, I see moss growing everywhere. Lots of pine grows everywhere. Why? Because pine loves acidic soils and it's going to flourish. So we have very acidic soil. And in order for a soil to be the best for lawn, it likes acidity pH between 6 and 7. We know that we're not there. It is best to test it, of course, and there are kits you can buy at garden centers, even Walmart or anywhere. They sell those little kits you can buy. You put little soil, you follow the instructions, and it will tell you what acidity is your soil. And even better kits will show you if you're lacking potassium or other substances, other nutrients in your soil. So those are really useful kits to do on your soil at least once a year. I have done those kits, and I can tell you our soil is very acidic. So for my garden space, I love to spread lots and lots of ash. I take the ash out of the wood stove. We sift it from big charcoals. The big charcoals are not used, but the ash alone is spread beautifully throughout my garden. I use that a lot every single spring. But I also know that we need to fix the acidity on our lawn by using lime. And lime is a natural substance. We prefer to buy pelletized lime because there's a little bit less dust when you spread it with a spreader. But I can tell you, even the pelletized lime still creates lots of dust. We prefer to spread lime on a rainy day, or if we know we're expecting rain, because then it helps to absorb into the soil and not get blown away by the wind. It's a natural substance, so we're not afraid that our chickens are free ranging. They don't eat lime. They're smarter than we think. They're not going to eat it, but we know it's not toxic, and it does help to fix the soil. There is a lot of recommendations that soil should be first aerated before you put lime down. We have found that it did not make a difference. We have done in the past, well, we have the special aerator, going with the special spikes on all of the property everywhere, putting holes in the soil, ripping out the old grass, and then we spread lime. We didn't see any difference, honestly. So we find it to be not as useful as they may say in some literatures. So we don't aerate anymore, we just spread lime. The other thing that we like to do is that we like to repeat lime treatments twice a year. Literature says you can do 2 to 3 times a year, but we found that it is not the best time to do in the summer. It can actually burn your grass, especially if it spreads a lot in one area. We've seen like burned circles and we're like, what is that? That is from the lime falling too much in one space. Follow the instructions on the bag. So this is a 40-pound bag and it's enough to cover about 1,000 square feet. There are settings on your spreader, how much you want to spread, a little or a lot, and that's going to depend on how much is acidity in your soil. Our soil is so acidic that we put into the max setting. We know we need the max setting. We need as much lime as possible. And we do this early spring on a rainy day. That's the best day we find that it works for us. And I recommend to do the same thing. Do I put lime in my garden? Yes, sometimes I do that as well after I test the soil. So because I use no-till method, I do not till my garden. I do not turn soil in my garden. I only loosen up the soil where I'm going to be planting, and I use a lot of wood chips. And the wood chips that I use mainly come from pine, and pine wood chips do create acidic soil. So I have tested the soil in my garden, and I do use lime in my garden as well. I'm not afraid to use it. I do know that it's a natural resource, and that's what I use. It's fine. I'm very comfortable with using lime. It's up to you whether you're going to do it or not, but I'm just sharing what we do. Okay, so there are many different companies for lime, and you guys can choose which one you want to use. This is one we use, but we also shop around to find the cheapest product. I have noticed, we all noticed that the price went up by a lot comparing to last season. So we stocked up enough to buy right now for spring, spraying, spreading, and for the fall as well, because we do it twice a year. There is a difference between a fast-acting lime and a pelletized acting lime. It's starting to rain, so we gotta work fast. So the pelletized lime is a little slower at release, and it may take up to 6 months to completely dissolve and start doing its work in the soil. Whereas pulverized, very small particle, fast-acting lime, as soon as it hits the water, it begins to dissolve and start acting, working in the soil. But here's a story. The pulverized dusty lime is so dusty that it's very difficult to work with. And it's one thing if you're working in a very small area, it just can spread it, quickly, and that's it. But if you work on a big area, the dust cloud will be crazy. So we don't like to use that very much. So we prefer to use pelletized. What's funny is that when I'm reading this label bag, it says 100% natural, easy to spread, pelletized, fast acting. So I'm not truly sure how this can be fast acting. I don't know if it's just a gimmick to sell. I'm not sure, but it is pelletized. If you look closer, it is coarse. So it's going to take some time to break down in the soil and release the lime into the soil. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to use the fast acting or if you want to use the pelletized. How often should the soil be tested after using lime? Well, if we spread it in a spring, we don't test it for at least 3 months after that. We wait for a little bit and then we'll test the soil again if we need to use lime again. And like I said, with us, with our location, with our types of soil, we do use twice a year, spring and fall, and we use pelletized both times, but we do put it to the max setting, so we use as much as we can. So yeah, we go to a Lowe's, Home Depot, or Ace hardware store and we just fill up the truck with many bags of lime, and then it will be enough for our property. However, don't do this to your soil. My husband was just emptying big buckets of ash from the wood stove straight onto the soil like this, and unfortunately this pile will create this particular section of soil way too alkaline, and it will kill the grass and it will kill anything that's living here. Why? Because unfortunately, yes, you can over alkalize the soil if you put too much lime or too much ash in one area. It's best to be spread evenly. But my husband was in the middle of the winter. He didn't want to deal with that. He was just coming and dumping piles in the woods where nothing is growing. He was just eliminating his ash that way. But this is not the best way to deal with ash in your garden. It needs to be separated. All this charcoal needs to be separated from ash, and ash needs to be spread evenly in a thin layer in a garden rather than in big piles just like this. This is not the best way to deal with that. The best way for me to use ash is to store it in a dry place. I keep it in my greenhouse where it's nice and dry. And then I use some sort of a sift, like some sort of a mesh. This is just an old little kitchen container, but you can use any kind of screen to sift out all of these big charcoals and use just the ash. And I use it literally in a thin layer like the wind to spray it where I need to spray it. I use it every time when I plant things in a garden, on top of the soil, in a soil, I work it in. And that's how I use ash to fertilize my soil naturally. Wood ash is rich in many minerals, and it's great for the soil, not just for alkalizing, even though it is a natural alkalizer. It's also rich in potassium, in calcium, in phosphorus, magnesium, and it's just really good agent to add, a natural agent to add to the soil for soil amendment. So I really recommend storing away ash from your wood stove or from your fireplace where there's no chemicals. Sift it and use it in your garden soil. It's really good. Now, of course, let's not forget, and the most important fertilizer is compost. So if you don't have a compost bin or compost pile somewhere in the back of your property where nobody's gonna touch it, let it do its thing. So when you cut the grass and all the grass clippings go into your compost pile, when all your kitchen scraps, when you're peeling vegetables, go into the compost pile. The manure from your animals' bedding goes into compost pile, and you turn it once or twice a year, and it's going to be fantastic combination of nutrients for your garden soil. There's nothing better than that. See, it's all designed by our Almighty God to feed the soil in that manner, without adding any synthetics. See, the soil is not meant to deal with synthetics. That's not part of the design. The design is that it needs to be fed with natural to give us the natural, to nourish our bodies with natural foods, to feed these temples that we were given. So on this note, friends, I hope you're not afraid to use lime that comes naturally from lime mines, and fertilize your soil, fix the acidity of your soil, whether it's in the lawn or in your gardens. So friends, be encouraged and try something new.